technically, yeah.
That I came across of earlier in the week, and it just came to me just because I saw it on Twitter, and I sent it to you guys the other day, and I also thought of this just because I know especially since kind of COVID hit, there's been like new brackets, new all these kind of March Madnessy kind of brackets that have taken place. I know during the holiday season there was a bunch for like Christmas or Thanksgiving about pies and desserts and all this. And sometimes it could be a little overwhelming, but this one kind of caught my eye. It was even though I hate the term GOAT, it was the greatest products of all time bracket. It was by some Twitter page called The Morning Brew, which apparently is some Silicon Valley news outlet. And it was just this thing I came across, and some of it makes sense in terms of projects, but then at the other hand, it's like, what? Where did you come up with this as like these are the top products?
Dude, literally, people come up
all
with
time.
craziest things ever.
Yeah, and also since March Madness, the whole tournament kind of takes place this weekend. I figured this is no better time than now to kind of go over this whole kind of thing, and it's pretty much set up as you would think as a March. Wow, oof, March Madness.
Words are hard, friend.
Yes, they are. Kind of bracket that you'll see how they have it in different like regions and everything. So in one sense, because at some points like there's the number one seeds are Microsoft Windows, Coca-Cola, Google Search, and iPhone. And then you've got, for some reason, I assume just because they seem it like my guessing of it was similar to that you see like a Cinderella kind of story, but for some reason I guess they ran out of things and they put in Zamboni at 17.
Hey! As a hockey fan, I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's great if you are in the hockey field or work for an ice rink or an arena that has that needs a Zamboni, but it's that's not really something everyone's going to be able to use. Not that I wouldn't mind taking a ride around Zamboni.
I mean, but so here's my thing: are we based off like again what everyone uses, or just again
personal choice?
Yeah, it's personal choice.
Okay, that's what I thought we were doing. I'm just making sure that's clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know my final four.
Dude, I'm actually doing mine right now. There's some pretty tough ones.
Mm-hmm.
What we could honestly do. Let's go through the first round for each region.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is how do we want to kind of go about doing this? If we want to go through,
because again, it's going to take way too long to do all of them.
And it's
so let's just do the first round of each region.
Yeah, I'd say who do you? Well, I was saying, you want to do first round of each region, or do you want to say who would win out of the region? Who's winning the region?
Well, I was going to say we would just give our own opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's do the region.
No, I'm sorry. Because I thought
let's do that. Let's say who we think would take that region, and then based on that region, who we think would take it all.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So you don't have to go through every single one.
Yeah,
because there's a lot on here that don't matter.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Well,
a lot of them are just kind of weird and everything.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was gonna as each podcast happened, go through each round and go round by round. But I mean, that works too. So.
Right.
Oh wait, I just reread the first region. I don't know who's at. Changed my mind. I reread it and I was like, I had a definite, and then I just reread it and I'm like, oh wait, I don't know anymore.
All right, so let's start with this unsung heroes section. So the top left,
yeah.
This first matchup, or I guess, so this whole team, the whole things that are in here are Microsoft Windows, Post-it notes, Tupperware, Salesforce, CRM.
Customer retention membership or something like that.
Tylenol, Bear Aspirin,
customer relationship management. Yeah. Sorry, I got it. Sorry.
Intel Semiconductor, Velcro. So this is kind of blurry. So
I can get it. Velcro,
duct tape, Kleenex, Band-Aids, Cholula hot sauce, and then the last one, Google Maps and Bluetooth.
Okay.
So out of all those, which one do we think could take that?
Honestly, I mean, well, let's be honest. Duct tape can be pretty elite, fellas. I'm not saying that's the one, but duct tape
It
can be
can
pretty
be,
elite.
sure. Yeah,
It can be.
it's getting out of the first round. I mean,
Yeah, but
Kleenex
it's
is
not-
hard too.
Yeah,
but
no, for sure. It's easily getting out in the first round. I'm not so.
Who's winning the region though? I want to go last because
I think
my first one I still would have won it, but I think I found one that would beat it out.
I think
I
it's
feel
honestly
I feel like
between,
it wants you to say Microsoft Windows, which I can get
right.
just because you say Word, PowerPoint, all that stuff, which you use pretty
Exactly.
much wherever.
Every
However,
day.
I do think the
Yeah.
more dominant, whatever this out of this matchup is, I think this one will win that region between Google Maps and Bluetooth.
That's what I was going to say too.
Yeah, same here. So I did have Microsoft in the beginning because I was like, well, they basically almost innovated every single thing in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
They were the beginning and continuing on. But Google Maps, I don't know my directions. I need
No.
Google Maps.
And
so
also-
Google Maps is
literally Google
Stamp of
Maps was
approval.
made for someone like us, Brian.
yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, Google Maps
It's made for
is
the
winning the
idiots who
region.
can't read a map,
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
and me.
Google Maps is
All right.
winning
So
that
the
region.
three of us, it was born for people like us.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
But at the same
All right.
time, because the hardest one is, well, what's the better out of the two, Google Maps or Bluetooth? Because Bluetooth has been,
Well, that's what I struggled with.
because Jeff, you're wearing the AirPods right now. Brian, you also are. So it's,
I'm
How
wearing
do you
one
f-
because my other AirPod isn't working, and I'm really
Wearing
depressed
it.
about it.
either way, the way you're doing it is through your Bluetooth.
It's
a lot
Bluetooth.
of this way is usually through Bluetooth. If you watch anything through your phone, through Apple TV or anything like that, it's usually
Yeah, but you
through-
can't. I can't get from point A to point B. I can't do it without like a Google Maps or Apple Maps or something.
I do.
Bluetooth can
Yeah,
suck my dick.
You're not wrong.
you're not wrong.
I can't read a map
Like at
Yeah.
all.
at all.
And then you can just kind of plug in your phone at that point, and then just kind of
Yes,
do it that way.
exactly.
Whereas you're used to nowadays, where you can just kind of connect it Bluetooth to your car or whatever,
Yeah.
and listen to music that way.
So yeah, Bluetooth is great, but I can't get anywhere. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Bluetooth wouldn't help me.
All
If
right.
Bluetooth can get me somewhere, then bet.
Right. That'll help you enjoy the ride better, but
Yeah, I won't enjoy the ride because I won't be going in. I'll be going in circles.
and you don't listen to my
I'll be
directions
going
anyway. So,
in circles. I like that.
so we're in agreement pretty much that Google Maps would take this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So do you
agree.
want to go across or down for this next
Let's
section?
go down.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, let's go down. So there's
Who wants to read these ones?
I will.
all right, I will.
All right,
Okay, Jeff, go ahead.
Jeff.
So
There's
the
one right answer.
number
There's one right answer.
So the number one seed. So it's. Oh, sorry. How did you do it before? Did you just read like all the
I just
matchups?
went down by kind of the matchup. That's how I was
Gotcha.
doing it.
All right. So it's Coca-Cola number one against Game Boy. That's a pretty easy matchup in my opinion, but I'll get to that later. You have the New York Yankees hat against Bud Light, Barbie against Boeing 747, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone versus Monopoly, Big Mac, versus the Quarter Zip, the
That's a good one.
Patagonia.
wait, Patagonia Quarter Zip. I need to blow up my screen. The N64 versus the Ray-Ban sunglasses, Sharpie versus Rubik's Cube. I can't talk at all. And Lego versus Downey's Grand Slam Breakfast. I think it's between really two, maybe even three different
I have
you know,
mine.
things
so.
here.
There's
Mine
one
is
right
between-
answer.
Yeah.
Honestly, mine's between Game Boy and 64 or Lego.
It's
But if I
Lego.
had to pick, probably N64.
No, it's Lego.
You guys are both wrong.
Oh,
It's Bud Light.
But you don't you dare
Of
tell me
course.
it's Big Mac.
It's Bud Light.
no. It's
Oh my
not.
god! And yeah,
Are we
no,
talking
get
about?
out of
Are we
here.
talking about beer in general or Bud Light?
It's Bud Light.
No, we're talking about
It's-
Bud Light specifically.
If we're talking about Bud
Yeah,
Light
no,
specifically,
dude,
then no.
Bud Light, get
it's
out of
piss
here.
water.
All right, I will admit Bud Light will beat the New York Yankees set, but once the matches against Game Boy, forget it. Game Boy
Okay,
is
But all right,
destroying it.
let me. But all right, so I guess I'll play Game Boy now.
probably.
Do you have a Game Boy?
I'm
I
a child
do.
at heart.
In my basement.
I still
the
have
thing
mine.
is, the thing is, Bud Light doesn't phase out. It's been around. Game Boy phased out. Nintendo 64
It did.
phased out. Legos phased out of
the thing that
our
phased it out
lives.
really was phones, iPhones.
Exactly.
Because
Bud Light, you can't get rid of Bud Light. You can just like other beer, but
right.
Bud Light itself won't go anywhere.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter. Game Boy would smoke it.
Bud Light would smoke it.
No, get out of here.
What'd you do for the past how many years of your life? For the past, how old are you? You're 23, 24?
24.
You're 24. So 6. No, 6.
No more math.
3 years.
No math. Please, no math.
The last 3
No
years of
more
your
math,
life.
Brian, mute yourself. Just stop.
Just stop while you're ahead.
It's like you guys are both wrong though. It's okay. It's Bud Light.
No, we're not wrong.
Okay.
All right, Whitmer, I do agree with your argument. I think it does go between Lego and N64.
Because if we're going off of Brian's, where it's not coming out of style or anything like that, Lego's the same way.
Legos, because they come out with Legos like I swear every
year,
month, basically.
True. I go off, but we're going off personally though. We don't play with Legos anymore. We don't have Legos anymore. Oh, if you do, they're probably stored away somewhere for your kids.
True.
For the future.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of like, you can go back to the time where that if we were going back to when we were like 10, then I'd say Game Boy 100%. But now
that's kind of where I'm going at. Is what I have a bigger preference with, not with.
But I'm not 10 anymore, and I would never continue.
10 at heart.
I'm not definitely. That's you.
No, I'm 5 at heart.
Sorry, but I think of what phases out of our lives. Personally, that all phased out.
The way
the Game Boys changed to Xboxes.
The way I've been looking at these is not necessarily what we use today.
Actually, I'd say N64 is more so turned into Xboxes, whereas Game Boy is more so handheld.
True, Game Boy's more like a Nintendo Switch or whatever.
Yeah,
exactly. But no. So the way I've been looking at this is it's more so, in my opinion, what do you have a personal preference for? Not what if you still use it or not today. Mine's just what do you think is the overall better product?
Yeah.
See, I go the same way, but I consider what's beneficial to me right now.
Right.
I'm not doing that. Brian, you're wrong. You just like drinking beer, so you're wrong.
I'm gonna grab one right now.
Go for it.
Anyway,
can I reach?
All right. So anyway, Brian, Brian, he says Bud Light. Oh my God.
All right, but we have to come up with consensus.
Lego.
Who are we saying?
I'm really stuck between N64 and Lego. Like those two are neck and neck for me almost.
Are you also saying that from your Super Smash Bros. Days?
Classic.
Wait, we all have to agree on the same one to move on?
Well, I mean, if we're saying that come out of this division or this region.
All right. So to be fair,
I can take Brian's thinking on Bud Light though, so I'm okay with taking that. But that's not Bud Light he's drinking, by the way. In case
that's not Bud Light. If this was it, this would be a champion right here. If it was on here.
Moving on. All right. Let's go top right corner. Brian, you got this one.
Wait, what are we choosing for the bottom? We all going Bud Light?
Yeah, just Bud Light. 2 out of 3. Jeff, sorry.
Yeah, I love it.
In that sense, that's what takes
it. In the thought process.
Yeah.
See, gotta be a good pitcher.
Majority wins.
All right, I'll take this one.
Wait, I agree with you on Lego though, so.
No, but you were also torn, so I don't really know where you were standing.
I was stamped. I wasn't moving. I saw that. As soon as I saw that, I wasn't going any lower. I saw it when I first read it. I'm like, Bud Light, want it.
All right, anyway, moving on. Top right corner. Let's go.
Right.
iPhone or Oatly. Never heard of Oatly. No,
I don't know what Oatly is.
The Starbucks app or Peloton or Peloton.
Peloton.
Did you say Peloton?
I play too much Warzone.
Oh, it's a milk company.
White Claw.
Oatly's a milk company.
White Claw or AirPods.
Still not winning.
Tesla Model 3 or Tide Pods. Nike Air Jordan AirPods.
Air fryer.
No. There was AirPods. It was AirPods against White Claw.
Against White Claw.
Sorry. Tide Pods.
Yeah. Nike Jordan 1 versus Nugs. TikTok versus Air Fryer.
Yeah.
Snapchat over Red Bull. YouTube or Zamberti.
So Air Fryer.
I was announcing it for Whitmer. To the bottom next to the last four.
I got
Snapchat,
ahead
Red
of
Bull,
myself.
YouTube, or Zamboni. I again think there's
Zamboni.
one right answer. I think there's one right answer here.
YouTube.
I think iPhone.
Zamboni?
Oh,
We're
sorry.
all
Yeah,
wrong.
fine. What are we talking about?
iPhone.
No,
Yeah, it's
iPhone's
iPhone.
a clear winner. iPhone's a
Yeah.
clear winner.
Yeah.
It can't be
Yeah,
that.
But
there's no way
I could
iPhone does
argue.
not get out of that region.
I could argue YouTube, but it's
You
it's
can argue
iPhone.
it, but
you can argue it,
but
yeah,
it's-
but
iPhone,
do you watch
If
YouTube?
someone said YouTube, I can understand it, but it's
Yeah.
iPhone.
that's iPhone.
but you can
I
get
mean, those two are
YouTube
gonna-
on
those
your
two would be the two
iPhone.
that- They'd face each other, but iPhone would be ahead.
It's still iPhone
Because
yeah.
what are you watching YouTube
All right.
on?
Exactly. All right. Last but not least, Whitmer, bring it home.
All right. Again, I can't read these. But
See, that's sort of my issue. With
I also
So-
still think this one is the hardest one actually.
I
I still
haven't
have a
paid too
winner,
much
but
attention to this.
this one's
Mhm.
kind of hard.
so
Oh.
Google search versus
Oh, no.
Hydro Flask water bottle, The Bachelor, the show,
I hate that show. It sucks.
Instant Pot. Jeff is sharing his opinion on Bachelor.
Ooh, Bachelor.
Domino's Pizza versus Jacuzzi.
Brian.
Spotify versus NFL Red Zone. Crocs, Dunkin' Coffee, the Uber app, Purell, Twitter, Venmo, Netflix, Google Docs.
Oh my god, that is very different.
Yeah.
I didn't even see Duncan on there. Shit.
There's like 5 here I could go with, but I still
right,
have a
so-
singular one.
All right. So if you had to narrow it down to 3, what would you narrow it down to? Spotify, Twitter,
Netflix.
Netflix?
Spotify,
Dude, Twitter is
Uber.
I'm okay without Uber.
Okay, why use Uber
What
a
about
lot?
Duncan though?
Duncan.
You
There
see,
was
but
3
I'm
things.
here.
Dude, for you,
I have
Duncan
to
is
make a little-
huge
I-
one.
I feel like you have to put a little honorable mention to Google search because I'm an idiot and I Google search everything because I'm like,
Same here.
what does this mean?
Yeah,
How do you
that's true.
spell this?
So I will
So
revoke
Google search is an honorable mention, but same thing with Duncan for me because I love Duncan.
Duncan. I will revoke the Uber because
Same with jacuzzi.
because
who
I
doesn't
use
want
that-
a jacuzzi.
true, but I use Uber a lot personally because I go out a lot,
Right.
so I have to.
Yeah.
Use
So in
Uber,
that
but you
sense,
guys
yeah, I get
don't
that.
go out as much. But for
Mhm.
me, Uber would be a top
I
3
mean,
because
even when I
use
do
it.
go out, I use Lyft.
Either
I use
way,
Uber.
Uber Lyft.
It's the same- it's
it's
Uber
the same
Lyft,
thing.
it's the
I
same
know what you mean.
thing.
I know what you mean.
So, but regardless, Jeff, like because you guys don't go maybe out as much as I do at the moment or whatever, I use that all the time. So I'll take that out though. So it would be Spotify, Twitter, and Duncan. My 3.
Okay. You
Um,
got beeping again.
Yeah.
Is it Jeff this time? Or
no, it was
Did you
it
forget
was-
to close
it
the fridge?
Still Brian.
no.
That's what I was wondering. Because that's happened with me before.
That's a yes.
All right. Anyway,
I got
This
it.
is really a hard one.
I have my winner.
dude, honestly,
Like I had it since the
All right.
beginning, but I had the top. Those are my top 3. But
I feel
had
like
my
yours
winner.
is between Duncan or Netflix. Right.
Which one is it?
We're
I
gonna
say
say
Netflix. Yeah.
Spotify.
Oh,
Spotify is-
We're on Spotify.
Spotify is elite.
Ah,
Nice plug. Spotify is
And
elite.
YouTube.
It's the best. It's you pay what $5 a month.
Something like that. Yeah.
dude. Plus, if you're on a family plan, that's where it's at.
Mhm.
There's a lot of fighting with the dogs.
You
Gotta
do.
stop
I'm
fighting
having a
my
tough
dogs.
time. Like honestly, huh?
A lot of fighting over here with my dogs.
I hear that.
Yeah,
Is there a little
it
crying
is
going on? All right.
He muted himself. Bye, Brian.
He finally
what's
muted.
Dude,
You
honestly,
told him twice to, and he finally did.
third time's a charm. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I do love Spotify, but
I could go
dude,
either way on
Twitter
that.
is
though.
elite. Twitter is elite.
It
The
is.
fact that
I
Twitter,
say
Twitter is
free
elite.
amazing.
but
The
I
fact
gotta
that
go
Twitter is
Spotify.
free is the best part. But
You can also but you can look up stuff through Twitter without having to go on Twitter.
Mhm.
true.
So Jeff, you got me. Jeff, I got you there.
know, but
So I say Spotify because It's $5 a month, $6 a month
Yeah.
for unlimited music.
Yeah.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
You can get
that's
and pretty much every single song you can think of is on it. And they come up with music
95% of the time. It's on there.
And every Friday they come out with new music.
Actually, I
There you
actually
go.
will give a little bump to Netflix or Spotify, sorry, because Netflix has kind of dripped a little bit. And kind of,
Dude, Netflix's prices are ridiculous, and it's like
I wasn't talking about,
$17.
I wasn't
Yeah.
even just talking about prices. I was just kind of talking about content. It's kind of gone down a bit. For
Yeah.
me.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean content too, but no, I mean I will agree. Spotify is probably the choice to come out in this region. However, I could easily make a case for Twitter, but you gotta go Spotify. There's no doubt
Yeah.
here. It would be a close matchup, but Spotify comes out on top.
So, a final four.
All right, so we got iPhone.
We got
and
iPhone versus
it's iPhone and Spotify.
iPhone, Spotify.
Google
Maps.
Or no, wait, yeah, Google Maps
It's
and then
Google Maps,
Bud
Bud
Light.
Light. Yes,
Brian, I swear to God, if you
I
say
wonder
Bud
which
Light's
one
in
Brian's
your
going to go with here.
yeah.
Which one do you
Alright.
care more about? Knowing where you're going or the
He
beer?
cares more about Bud Light, but you gotta go Google Maps.
No,
It's
Google
got
Maps.
honestly,
Yeah, Google Maps.
yeah, it's got to
It's
be.
Google Maps.
Wow, it was faster than I thought it was. All
I
right,
know.
here's
See,
the thing,
it was because that region. The region, there was nothing there to defend to beat out, in my opinion, Bud Light.
Lego N64, even Game Boy.
I can't do it. I can't do it
man.
because
He's an adult.
of
He can't do
phasing
those.
out. Phasing out.
So am I.
Anyway, all right. So we have Google Maps in the final against who will be iPhone or Spotify. I think probably again.
I say iPhone. Yeah,
It's iPhone.
You've got to say iPhone, and then Google Maps versus iPhone.
It's iPhone.
that's
wins.
iPhone again. Yeah,
Yeah.
iPhone.
Again, I think this is a clear one where iPhone straight up wins.
Yeah,
It's because
all the way through.
if you